Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Delaire Country Club. It's a residential country club with golf, racket sports, and dining, and much more. It's located in Boca Raton, which is in the middle of Southeast Florida, in the Palm Beach County. Zoom out. It's here, about an hour to an hour and a half above Miami, and about 30 minutes from West Palm Beach. It sits only 10 to 15-minute drive to the beach, near multiple beach clubs, including the famous Boca Raton, which is a Waldorf Astoria club and hotel. Also near the Seagate Beach Club and some other smaller beach clubs. Near a bunch of shopping with a Costco and a lot of other country clubs. The way it's laid out is you drive up, you pass one street, and then you're at the club, and then around the club is a bunch of golf. Located next to the Delaire Country Club, built by the same construction company, built very similarly. So the one thing that stands out about this club is that there's no tee times for golf. And I know that might sound bad at first, like you might be waiting in a line, but to go to golf, the way that the club works is that there's only so few houses with so many holes that there's always an option to play golf. There's at most the line will be 15 minutes and it won't be a line when you can't play golf. You just go inside and get a drink. It's 27 holes. There's 3 9-hole options. If you're not a golfer, this probably doesn't mean very much to you, but if you are a golfer, it's very important. So like I said, they offer golf, racket sports, the golf, the racket sports, wellness, and there's also a pool area. Dining is also a big part of these luxury clubs with multiple different areas to eat. Typically in a club like this that's not very large, it comes from the same kitchen. However, they are very good at being diverse on the types of food that they offer because it's the same people coming. There's different types of social events, which there's card rooms, which is a big deal in clubs, and there's social calendars for themed nights, themed dinners, and just general clubs that you can learn more about once you're in. But some examples would be book clubs, movie clubs, music clubs, classes. They also do private events, and like I said, you do live in the club. It is a gated club with a guard, 24-hour gated with security. So you are, once you buy in, you have to be in the club. So in terms of sports, shown earlier, the golf, most people will have a golf cart in their garage due to the nature of the club. Since you don't get a golf cart every time, the golf is included in the membership. 27 holes with leagues and driving ranges. You can see that's near the club. You can see right here is the driving range. And there's practice areas as well, greens. And there's always options to tour the course on the internet, where you can individually see. A lot of nice clubs will do this. In terms of the racket sports, tennis and pickleball have been the two racket sports that people prefer to play. Tennis more traditional, pickleball is much newer. Treated similar to golf, there's mixers and instructions and clinics and tournaments, and there's also a racket shop. There is a gym at Delaire where they do focus on lessons and there's personal training, especially since there might be an older crowd, and they do have a lot of fitness, and there's physical therapy and physical massage type options as well. The last sport, there is a pool area. You can see it is here. However, in a club like this, a lot of these areas, almost all of them, have pools. A lot of the homes have pools already in their backyard. However, if you're having a larger group or you don't want to turn your pool on, the club pool is always an option. Here's another picture of the club pool. And there is also a children's area right here next to the pool. Now, in terms of dining, there's indoor and outdoor dining. The way these clubs work is that everything comes from the same kitchen. There's just different styles. So the dining room, you dress up, typically not a lunchtime meal. It's typically more dinners and events. There's a grill that you'll typically see during lunch for golf. A lounge, which is between the dining rooms. It depends what's happening. There's a bar, and a lot of these smaller clubs will have a delivery service where you can order a lunch or order a dinner, and it's very easy for someone in the kitchen to hop on a golf cart and drive right over and drop it off, and it just automatically gets billed to your account. And as you can see here, they can make very diverse food, basing on whatever the people want. And takeout is a popular option, as you can see. It's perfect if you are busy or you have kids and you can't go to the clubhouse at that time. So as I mentioned before, there's social events. These clubs will have social calendars with completely different types. They'll have holidays. You'll see New Year's and Super Bowl and some more religious holidays. They'll have random events with Italian themed night or New York steakhouse themed night, or whatever the people in the club want, since they're the ones that run it. They'll have card rooms with all different games and groups and different game levels and different bets and these all have complimentary snacks and drinks and such. And then the clubs, as I mentioned earlier, list a bunch here, but it's all about the people. It's whatever the people are interested in. They host private events for people that live there and potentially for people that don't live there, depending on the event. As I mentioned, the way these clubs do work is that when you buy a house, you are required to buy into the club. So all the people that live here, let's just make up a number, say there's 500 houses. Each house owns 1/500th of the club. So everyone has a say, but they have a board and then an executive board that make some of the decisions, and they're the ones that hire the manager. So in terms of membership, what this club has is what's called a +1 -2 or up 1 down 2 policy, where a member, their parents and their children and grandchildren, and all the spouses of that, can use the club's facilities free of charge without being treated like a guest. It's a phenomenal program that they're able to do because of how small they are as a club, and the main focus is family. As I mentioned earlier, there are 27 holes, and you do not need a tee time because it's 27 holes, and there's only a certain amount of people that can constantly play it. So they do keep it limited. They can build custom homes. That's a typical thing there. It is for sure a culinary experience. The food is a big thing for people that have those types of money. They really want the best food they can get. They're inclusive. The social events, amenities, and there's reciprocity to certain other clubs during certain times of the year. And typically all these clubs are no tipping. There's no trail fees for having a golf cart, and there's no food and beverage minimums because people go there anyway. So the members are required to be residents, and they have to buy into the club at the same time as buying a house and pay dues. However, if you're not a member, if living in a club like this doesn't sound attractive to you, then let's say instead you want to live in something like this, the Delaire community, where you can have a sizable house without being in a club, but the club is just a short drive down the road. You can be a non-resident, non-equity member that doesn't per se have as much of a vote, but they're still allowed to come to the club and do everything like they would normally do, just without living there. Delaire also releases a magazine for residents and potential residents, and as you can see, they do celebrate a lot of stuff on social media. The whole area is of Boca Raton and Delray, because this right here, this lake, is this waterway is the canal is the border. So typically people that live in both of these will easily travel over this every day. It's a very luxury area. There's a lot of money. It is definitely diverse in income because there will be a lot of people that live there. There's definitely options for smaller, less expensive houses, but there, as I showed, you can get something small, like an apartment for $100,000 versus something in here for $30 million. So it all depends. It all depends on what you want. A plus, they're next to a Costco. Yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or email me about it. Thank you.